Hello everybody and welcome back to Mindsight Games. My name is N-Sight. Today we are going to be starting our playthrough of Fire Emblem Awakening. To those newcomers on the channel who have not seen Fire Emblem Fates, allow me to explain what I plan to do in Fire Emblem Awakening. I plan to go through here and go over bios. What do I mean by bios? I'm going over every single character in depth. What are their stats when you get them, how you should use them, all other classes that they have access to, Also, in addition to all of these, I am giving you an in-depth look at everything in this game, start to finish. Differences between modes, difficulties, etc. in your units and everything. I've done research and I've done enough research to say I'm not 100% the guy who created this or the guy with the knowledge of this game, but I have a ton of knowledge about the characters, the playstyles, everything you can do. There are a few things we will not be going over, but I'll get to them once we get there. However, I will be covering everything. The story mode, the DLC, all of it. I will be playing on casual, normal, for those of you wondering, just so I can play at a pace and enjoy the story while we're doing this. Also, this is my favorite 3DS strategy game. Thanks for asking. And thus, we are here in Fire Emblem Awakening. This is in the works. These Tuesdays, Tuesday is when I'm going to be releasing each episode for this series, and that's when they're coming out. Let's go ahead and take a look at this wonderful game created in 2013. As I said, I'm going to be playing on normal, so it's not too hard for me. And I'm going to be playing on casual, so I don't have to worry too much about my units. And here we are at the avatar creation screen. Now, because I'm going over the different units you're going to be able to play as and play with in a bio format, I'm going to introduce how the bios are going to work here. Let's go ahead and kick it up. Let's go ahead and kick up that avatar builder segment. Take it away, me. To start off, we have their name, starting level, and their starting class, the basic three. Secondly, we have their starting stats. HP is self-explanatory. It's how many attacks you can take before you die. Strength is your physical power, and magic is your magical power. Skill affects your accuracy and critical hit chance. Speed affects your avoidance. Luck increases your critical avoidance rate, defense is your physical defense, and resistance is your defense against magical attacks. Next to their starting values, we have their growth rates. In other words, it's how often each stat is expected to grow upon leveling up, sometimes growing 2 points in one level, like with Robin. Up next, we have the other base classes they can naturally receive from a second seal at level 10. For the Avatar, your starting stats for HP as a boon and luck as a bane are pretty good. For a first timer, you'll have an HP shield to bounce back from during the main campaign, but it doesn't take away from the good strength and your magic at the very start. Its max cap is only slightly hindering luck, but it boosts the defense and resistance to come out higher in the positive, more so than most other units. The growth rates are good for all stats, with its Bane luck being moderately good in that department. And I recommend this for first-time players who don't mind their stats and mainly want to get through the campaign quickly. But for those who want more bang for their buck, I'd encourage you to check the link in the description. The link takes you to the Robin stats page on FireEmblemWiki.org, where the growth rates and max caps are spelled out for you clearly. Experiment around with the desired outcome and find the best playstyle for you. As for my unit, I'm going to be using speed as my asset and strength as my flaw. Otherwise, speed is my boon and strength is my bane. This is going to build a specific type of unit for me where I use mainly magical attacks and have, very few physical options to back it up, but I wouldn't have it any other way for this unit. With that in mind, let's get started.
This is it. Our final battle.
As he said, you're one of us, Serena, and no destiny can change that. Now let's kill this dastard and be done with it. A slide guide has appeared on the touchscreen. We technically won't need this, but essentially it's a way to go over... Oh, man. It's a way to go over the tutorials in this case. To open the system... To open the system menu, all you have to do is click the spaces. I need to go over the options we're going to be doing here. We're not going to be using combat animations on, on the enemy turns. Other animations will not be used. Game speed, I want it fast. Camera positions, all map tilts on. Skip actions, no. Danger area, all. Attack flow, evolved, yes please. Off of that, a full interface. We can technically do this from the touchscreen as well. Advanced auto, yes. Confirm auto, yes. Confirm end, no. Smart end, yes. Cursor memory, I want it on my leader. Circle pad analog. I want it analog. HP gauges, advanced, yes please. And then grid, I want that all the way up, because it doesn't really change anything. Alright, that's the rest of the options I wanted to change. Alright. So, we would go over Chrom at this time, but because it's the Premonition and the stats will change when we go into the Prologue, we're not going over it.
On my mark.
Same with the Tactician Serena, we're not going over it. Why do you resist?
Are you ready?
Good. He's almost within reach. Let's move in and strike. You can technically complete this in 1 or 2 turns, or in 2 or 3 turns. Yeah! Fools. Struggle all you want. You cannot unwrite what is already written. Go over to you. 17 again. 17. Yeah, let's do this.
You can do this.
And here we go.
Look out.
Stage complete. 3 turns. No heroes.
This isn't over. You all right? That's the end of him. Thanks to you, we carried the day. We can rest easy now.
At long last. What's wrong? Hey,
This is not your fault. Promise me you'll escape from this place. Please, go.
Chrom, we have to do something.
What do you propose we do?
I don't know.
I see you're awake now.
Hey there.
There are better places to take a nap than on the ground, you know.
Give
me
me
your
your
hand.
hand. That's where we are right now.
You all right?
Going back to this, it feels so nostalgic.
Thank you, Chrom.
Ah, then you know who I am.
Huh?
No, actually, it's strange. Your name, it just came to me. How curious. Then tell me, what's your name? What brings you here? My name is... it's...
What?
You don't even know your own name? I'm not sure if... I'm sorry, but where am I exactly?
What?
Hey, I've heard of this. It's called Amnesia.
Explain.
It's called a load of Pegasus dung. We're to believe you remember my lord's name, but not your own. But it's the truth. What if it is true, Frederick? We can't just leave her here, alone and confused. What sort of shepherds will we be then?
Right.
Just the same, my lord. I must emphasize caution. 'Twould not do to let a wolf into our flock.
Right.
Right then. We'll take her back to town and sort this out there. Wait just one moment. Do I have a say in this? Peace, friend. I promise we'll hear all you have to say back at town. Now come. What will you do with me? Am I to be your prisoner? You'll be free to go once we establish you no enemy of Elise.
Huh?
Is that where we are? Elise?
Ah.
You've never heard of the Halidom? Ha! Someone pay this actress. She plays quite the fool. The furrowed brow is especially convincing. Frederick, please. I'm sorry. That caught me off guard. I forgot that line was there. The way that he said, Frederick, please. This land is known as the Halidom of Elise. Our ruler, Emmerin, is called the Exalt. I suppose proper introductions are in order. My name is Chrom, but then you already knew that. The delicate one here is my sister Lissa.
I am not delicate.
Well, I guess I don't have to say that line. Ignore my brother, please. He could be a bit thick sometimes. But you're lucky the shepherds found you. Brigands would have been a rude awakening. Yeah, roll credits. Shepherds? You tend sheep in full armor? But it's a dangerous job. Just ask Frederick the Wary here.
Right.
The title I shall wear with pride. Gods forbid one of us keeps an appropriate level of caution. I have every wish to trust you, stranger, but my station mandates otherwise.
Yeah.
I understand, sir. I would do no less myself. My name is Serena. I just remembered that. How odd. I suppose that's one mystery solved.
Really?
Serena? Is that foreign? Ah, well, we can discuss it later. We're almost to town. Once we... Chrom! Look! The town! Damn it! The town is ablaze. Those blasted brigands, no doubt. Frederick! Lissa! Quickly!
My lord.
What about her? Unless she's on fire as well, it can wait.
Of course.
Aptly put, my lord. Let's go already! I am sorry for my voice crack. What about... Get to it, lads. Grab anything shiny and put the rest to the torch. We got an example to set for these Elysian types. Ain't that right, lass? Stay away from me, please. Someone, help! Chrom, we have to stop them.
Gods!
Don't worry. After today, these bandits won't be bothering anyone ever again. Wait! Serena, you followed us. Why? I'm not certain myself, but I'm armed. I know my way around a fight, if you'll have me.
Good.
Of course. Strength in numbers. Just stay close. Well, I feel like this is a perfect...
Shall we then?
Remember, Serena, we face practiced thieves and murderers. They will grant us no quarter. It's kill or be killed. Well, if it's kill or be killed, I think it's time we go ahead and take a look at these characters of ours. So, you want to build yourself an army worthy of both the glory and fame of winning a war? To do that, you'll need to build your team with the people you meet. Starting off this army, we're given 3 units that can last pretty well through the first few segments of the campaign. The Prince of Elise himself, Chrom, is our starting Lord character. He has a pretty good stat distribution in his standard class and his advanced form for what he is, a physical sweeper. While his defense can be improved by reclassing later on, his resistance is never really given a huge push that it needs to become a wall on both offenses. And his magic never reaches very high, so don't give him something like the Levin Sword. His offensive measures and his slight cushioning allow for him to stand tall and survive every mission available. The only suggestion I would give for him is that if you plan on getting every viable skill, skip the archer tree. While he can gain some extra skills that can help his accuracy, he loses his ability to wield Falchion, his signature weapon, and the only skill from the Bow Knight class that can be viable is Bow Breaker, but his Paladin class gains Aegis, a skill that is infinitely better at stopping ranged attackers rather than just bow users. If you plan on sticking to the Lord class only, that's both viable and desirable by players on all fronts. The only other thing to note is that if either Chrom or the Avatar die, it is counted as an instant game over. Moving on to the younger sister, Lissa is our early game healer, and she does a good job of doing so. While her starting stats suggest that she has an offensive option, she only has access to stabs which have a fixed experience gain per use. Her options after reclassing have a few capabilities. If you advance her class into Sage, her magic, skill, and speed grow by 5%, growth rates, mind you, and strength, defense, and resistance growth rates drop by the same amount. However, with War Cleric, HP and strength rise by 10%, but there's a 5% drop to both skill and resistance. Reclassing her into a Valkyrie or a Dark Flyer after mastering the Sage class is key to having a powerful late-game Lissa, but early on you will need to be careful while leveling her up. One more thing to note is that stabs always have a fixed EXP growth. If you only have stabs to work with, you will grow quickly, but you won't be able to attack offensively, so keep that in mind. And finally, we have Frederick the Wary, the Stoic Great Knight. He has options open to him, but he's almost at his limits. Let's start with the positives. He's good starting out for the early game, and his armor and beast weaknesses will not be tapped into for quite a while. He is considered to be the wall of the group, but his high mobility is great for the first few chapters. If you manage to work with him afterward, he is the only first-generation unit, non-counting the Avatar, that can learn both Aegis and Pavise, covering him with a full defensive maneuver. With all of that being said, the main weakness with Frederick is that every single one of his classes have some sort of exposable weakness. If you need a wall against any offensive measures, he can work extremely well. But just make sure that you watch out for hammers, beast killers, rapiers, wind magic, bows, armor slayers, or worm slayers, depending on your class. The secondary weakness with Frederick is his advanced values. With Frederick being a powerhouse on the field early on, they calculated his stats as if Frederick was a cavalier that reached level 10, got moderate stat values for each level, and advanced his class immediately before the prologue. All I ask is that if you get attached to him, be wary of his weakness, and do not forget to abuse the positives. With all of that being said, it's time we go ahead and take a look at the chapter. For our normal strategy, pretty much anything goes. This is just a way to get you into the game itself. If you press the X button, you can pop up a radar of where the enemies will be able to attack. If you keep Lissa out of that frame, it should help a lot.
Really?
So, Serena, I see you wear a sword. Is it... Wait, is that a tome? You know magic?
Yeah.
I believe so. I suppose I should check. You believe so? Perhaps I'll just keep a few paces behind you for the time being. No, I can control it, I'm sure. Now, how did this work again? Ah, yes. Combat of tomes! You could attack with a tome up front, like this, or you could stand on the opposite side of a of a partition and attack that way. They have 1 to 2 range, usually, because there is one tome out there I will get into that is better at a longer range, but we're not counting that for now. Alright, not bad. Managed to land that. And here we are. Oh, really? Not even on an 83% chance to hit. Seriously. That's just kind of mean.
Right.
We'll see who's delicate. I may not be able to attack like Chrom can, but when you get injured, I'll be the one stitching your bones back together. Care of my trusty staff. You just tell me where to go, Serena. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys already know how she's going to work. Jeez. Looks like I'm getting all the experience now. Alright. Is anyone hurt? It would be foolish to leave a wound untreated.
Oh.
Indeed. Timely use of a staff or a vulnerary should prevent the worst. Yeah, Chrom didn't take any damage that time. Yeah, let's go for it. Ah, dang. Okay. He's got a vulnerary. You don't! I'm healing you. Let's get Frederick over here. Stabby, stabby. Yeah, Frederick is gonna be a big old tank slash wall slash whatever. There are traditional roles that we can filter in through this. I can't believe Chrom was my first miss out of the entire team. There we go. There we go. That's better.
Are you ready?
Still with us, Serena? It's strange. Here on the battlefield, I can see things.
What?
See things? Like what? The enemy's strength, their weaponry, the flow of the battle. I must have studied this somewhere.
Really?
So you're saying you can size up the enemy at a glance?
Yeah.
Yes, it would seem so. And perhaps more, if I apply myself. Alright, so I'm gonna move you here. I want to move Frederick over here, see what we can get. These spaces with glowing specks can have different effects. I'd better pick this up lest someone stumble on it. Whoa! I am sorry I peeked the mic, guys. Holy cow! A catharsis! That is a B rank staff. Greatly restores a distant ally's HP. That is beautiful. Holy cow. Oh man. Ah! How lucky can you get? Oh man.
That's it.
And we got our first level up for Serena. As you can see, strength didn't go up at all. Defense went up. Defense didn't go up, but everything else did by 1. It is percentage based as to what stats go up. I'm not going to use your staff yet. Did I just step on something? Hope it didn't break it. And we got a glass bow? Huh.
Listen.
Are you alright, Serena? Don't rush into danger.
Yeah.
I'm fine, Chrom. Don't worry. You've lent us your strength, and that makes you a friend. Having an ally by my side gives me courage.
Well.
Thank you, but I think there's more to it than that. What do you mean? I believe there's a tactical advantage to fighting side by side. It's fuzzy. Wait, yes, working in pairs improves strength, speed, defense. Yes, I'm sure of it. Support actions. I'm not gonna go into those until we have a chance to, or until we have the proper tutorial for that. But there are 2 different types of strategy involved there. Yeah, I'll go for it. Here, sheepy, come to the slaughter! Ugh. Oh, jeez. Okay. I don't want to give Frederick that experience. He's already gotten 2 kills under his belt so far, but... Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I need to start healing... the crew. You're really not going to give me any... Alright. Let's move Chrom off to the side and heal him up. I want to save another staff. Heal you. Boom. There we go. And Lissa's already level 2. You're not level 2 yet. Yeah, I'll use Chrom. Right. Ugh! Ah, come on! Ah, that hurts so much! Ah. I'm sorry for peeking the mic again. I'm taking a look over at the recording. Serena and Lissa are the heroes this turn. I don't know why Lissa's one of the heroes, but yeah. Regardless, Chrom, dude, you were 1 point away. Why couldn't it have been 1 more? Well, that's the end of that. Lucky for the town, we were close by. But holy wow, Serena, you were incredible. Swords, sword speed, and tactics? Is there anything you can't do?
Right.
You're certainly no helpless victim, that much is for sure.
Right.
Indeed. Perhaps you might be capable of an explanation for how you came here. I understand your skepticism, Sir Frederick. I cannot explain why only some knowledge has returned to me. But please, believe me, I have shared all that I know. You fought to save Elysian lives. My heart says that's enough.
My lord.
And your mind, my lord? Will you not heed its counsel as well?
It's all right.
Frederick, the shepherds could use someone with Serena's talents. We've brigands and unruly neighbors, all looking to bloody our soil. Would you really have us lose such an able tactician? Besides, I believe her story, as odd as it might be.
Oh.
Thank you, Chrom.
Listen.
So how about it, Serena? Will you join us?
Yeah.
I would be honored. This game is very text-heavy, just saying. Did you notice, my lord? The brigand spoke with a Plesian accent.
Huh?
Plesian? What's that? Plesia is Elise's westerly neighbor. They send small bands into our territory, hoping to instigate a war. And it's the townspeople who suffer. Totally innocent, totally helpless.
Really?
They do have us, milady. Shepherds to protect the sheep. Do not be swept up in your anger. It will cloud your judgment. I know.
Right.
Don't worry, I'll get used to all of this. My lord, please, you must stay the night. We are simple folk of simple means, but we would gladly toast your valor in a feast.
My thanks.
A most generous offer, sir, and no doubt your hospitality would be grand. But I'm afraid we must hurry back to Illistal. Dark meat only for me, medium well, and no salt in the soup. I simply... Wait, what? We're not staying? But Frederick, it's nearly dark. When night falls, we'll camp, eat off the land, make our bed of twigs and the like. I believe you mentioned you would be getting used to this.
What?
Frederick, sometimes I hate you. You've quite the stern lieutenant there. Yeah, well, stern is one name for it. I can think of a few others. Frederick only smiles when he's about to bring down the axe.
Yeah.
Duly noted. Ahem. You do realize that I am still present. Oh, we realize.
Shall we then?
My lord remains as amusing as ever. Now then, shall we be going? Alright, alright. Ready to go, Serena? The capital isn't far. And there we are! While I would love to stay and chat, I feel that I've extended my welcome a little too far. Thank you all so much for tuning back into Mindsight Games. My name is N-Sight, and next time, we're going to be starting Chapter 1 at the west of Illistal. I'll see you guys then.